decide at the highest level that Jay-Z likes to watch Beyonce with different men, such as Ray J.
One thing about Nicki, she never misses a chance to drag Jay-Z straight to hell during her weekly rants, and this latest episode is no exception. But this time, she didn't just stick to the usual claims about him trying to sabotage her career. Nah, she went full throttle, throwing some of the wildest allegations yet. Nicki is now accusing Jay-Z of being a raging gay man, claiming he allegedly cheated on Beyonce with multiple men, including someone she refers to as the diddler. And it gets crazier. She paints a picture of Jay allegedly oiled up at freak-off parties, cheeks exposed, playing the ultimate power bottom role. According to Nicki, it wasn't just Jay who had secrets. She even claims Beyonce herself is a lesbian and that their whole marriage is nothing more than a carefully orchestrated beard setup, supposedly cooked up by Matthew Knowles years ago for strictly business reasons. Listen, Nicki has dragged Jay and Beyonce before, but this time she's turned up the heat way past the usual gossip line. People in the streets are buzzing that Jay and Beyonce aren't taking this lightly at all. They're allegedly gearing up to hit her with a vicious defamation lawsuit that could make her regret spilling these tea-laced claims. And here's the kicker. Long before Nicki started spreading these wild gay allegations, rumors about Jay being DL were already floating around, and, shockingly, some of them were even fueled by Jay himself at different points in time. The streets have always been ripe with speculation, but Nicki's latest accusations are adding gasoline to an already fiery legacy, threatening to drag one of hip-hop's most untouchable couples into the messiest legal and social showdown yet. The first thing that had the internet losing it was this extremely disturbing clip of Jay on stage letting Diddy tap his cheeks. Yeah, multiple times. And the wild part, Jay didn't just tolerate it, he looked like he was actually enjoying it. Diddy's fingers were smacking him in a way that you'd normally only see between lovers behind closed doors. The kind of playful, teasing touch that hints at something way more intimate. Only this time, it wasn't a woman. It was Diddy. And Jay was right there letting it happen like it was part of the show. And if that wasn't enough to make tongues wag, things got even messier when an old 2012 interview resurfaced where Jay openly praised Obama for legalizing gay marriage. In the interview, he said, "What people do in their own homes is their business. You choose to love whoever you love. It's no different than discriminating against blacks. It's discrimination, plain and simple."
What I do know for a fact, not alleged, but DJ Khaled is bisexual. And Jay-Z has also participated in bisexual activities.
Would you want to say allegedly? For your safety?
There's no, I would say allegedly, if it was allegedly. DJ Khaled 100% has been involved in, he's bisexual. I did a show called One Shot, and he was in Miami, and he was open with the guy that he was with. He was gay, and I don't understand what happens there where, because nobody said anything to me like, hey, make sure you don't, go out and say this on record, make sure you don't say this, da-da-da-da. So it's weird that would still be hidden. That seems like that should be a fact that DJ Khaled, at least in 2016, was definitely bisexual.
Okay, and we're good.
And Jay-Z is without question bisexual.
I think announcing support of gay marriage is the right thing to do. So whether it costs Obama votes or not, again, it's not about votes, it's about people. It's the right thing to do as a human being. Now, don't get it twisted. There's absolutely nothing wrong with supporting gay rights. That's not the issue. But the fact that Jay went so deep into defending the LGBTQ+ community raised eyebrows, especially because he's supposed to be this straight family man with a wife and kids. People online couldn't help but notice the intensity, the passion, the personal investment in the topic, and combined with that cheek-smacking stage moment, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Suddenly, what was once just speculation about Jay being DL or a little different behind closed doors had a whole new context, and the internet exploded with takes, memes, and endless debate about what's really going on in his private life. The rumors about Jay being DL didn't start yesterday. People have been whispering and side-eyeing him for years. Back in 2018, he openly shared a deeply personal moment that had fans raising eyebrows. Jay admitted he broke down in tears of pure joy when his mom finally came out as a lesbian. He said, "I was so happy for her that she was free. Mama had 4 kids, but she's a lesbian. Had to pretend for so long that she was a thespian, had to hide in the closet because society's shame and the pain was too much to take. That moment showed a side of Jay most people never saw. Vulnerable, emotional, and clearly deeply affected by sexuality and freedom of expression in his own family. But that's not all. Jay's connection to the late gay painter, Jean-Michel Basquiat, has fueled even more speculation. Most people don't realize that Jay's signature hairstyle, the one that became iconic in hip-hop culture, was actually inspired by Basquiat himself. Basquiat never publicly labeled his sexuality, but rumors have long suggested he was bisexual, and insiders say Jay admired him not just for his artistry, but because he allegedly saw parts of himself reflected in Basquiat. Fans and critics alike have pieced together these moments.
JayZ with transgender women? You personally?
I have, correct. It was during the tour. It was during the tour with the Mill, DMX, Jay-Z.
The Hard Knock Life.
No.
Or maybe a different one.
Yeah, they had the documentary for it. What was that called? I'll think of it. I'll think of it here in a little bit.
Yeah, it was a documentary, backstage or the
backstage. Backstage with the Mill and all that. I used to work with her, and I definitely it was unmistakable. You know, in 2024, the trans women are, you know, it can be hard. You know, like a lot of people that, you know, they don't know, but back then it wasn't as advanced, and you could clearly tell, you know, that was a guy.
The cheek-smacking stage clips, his outspoken support for gay rights, his emotional reaction to his mom's coming out, and his artistic inspirations. And the chatter online has reached a fever pitch. People can't stop debating whether Jay's image as the straight family man mogul is the full story, or if there's a hidden side that's been under wraps for decades. It's a tangled web, and with Nicki's latest claims throwing even more heat onto the fire, the speculation isn't slowing down anytime soon. Every clip, every quote, every connection seems to add another layer to the mystery surrounding Jay-Z's private life, leaving fans, haters, and gossip hounds scrambling to connect the dots and figure out what's really happening behind closed doors. And the story gets even more layered when you look at Basquiat. There are plenty of photos floating around of him hugging and getting close with men in ways that clearly suggest he was into them. Jay's fascination with Basquiat went beyond admiration. He reportedly dropped a whopping $4.2 million on one of Basquiat's paintings back in 2013. That's right, millions for art. And it wasn't just any piece, it was a statement. Jay even referenced Messiah in multiple tracks, dropping lines like, "Yellow Baysot in my kitchen corner, go ahead, lean on that blue, you own it, I'm the new Jean, Michelle inspired by Basot, my chariot's on fire." Everybody took a hit, my body up, I'm tired. The lyrics alone had fans speculating that Jay was not only inspired by Basquiat's artistry, but perhaps saw a reflection of himself in the late painter. And just when it seemed like the DL rumors had reached peak levels, Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, stepped in and poured even more fuel on the fire. According to Hay, Jay's private life was far more complicated than anyone imagined, and there were things happening behind closed doors that the public had no clue about. Every leak, every hint, every insider story only added layers to the growing speculation, making the chatter around Jay-Z's sexuality one of the hottest gossip topics in years. With Nicki already stirring the pot, and now these insider revelations circulating, it seems like the internet will never let this story die. And fans are left piecing together the puzzle of what's real, what's rumor, and what's downright scandalous in the secret world of one of hip-hop's most untouchable figures. Jonathan Hay didn't hold back either. He personally witnessed some moments between Jay-Z and DJ Khaled that had him side-eyeing both of them hard. He even admitted he genuinely thought by now they would have just come out already, because according to him, everyone in the music industry was supposedly aware of the extra activities they were allegedly involved in behind closed doors. Insider whispers, private parties, and secret rendezvous. It all added up to a picture that left even industry veterans raising their eyebrows.
Right? He likes to watch Beyonce with other men. Ray J, from what I heard, even before all this happened, was one of the guys that used to smash Beyonce while Jay-Z would watch.
Hayes' revelations only intensified the speculation. fueling the fire around Jay-Z's private life and making fans wonder if the public persona we see is just a carefully curated front masking something far messier. According to Jonathan, Jay-Z wasn't just sneaking around for casual hookups. He was allegedly orchestrating full-blown freak-offs, the kind of setups Diddy had been accused of with Cassie. Sources claim that Jay would supposedly bring other men into the mix, creating a wild, secretive scene behind closed doors. And it gets even crazier. Allegedly, he would have these men involved with Beyonce while he sat back, recorded the chaos, and enjoyed himself in private. The sheer audacity of the claims has tongues wagging across social media, with insiders suggesting that what was happening behind closed doors was far more organized and shocking than anyone ever imagined. Fans are left trying to reconcile the image of Jay-Z, the straight family man and mogul, with the rumors of a secret world filled with power, control, and scandalous escapades that have now exploded into public view. A lot of people were quick to believe Jonathan after he dropped his claims, especially once he started talking about DJ Khaled too. And that added weight because DJ Khaled had already been exposed for being gay a while back by one of Diddy's own freak-off male escorts, Jonathan Audi. Back in 2018, Jonathan Audi was arrested, and during his interrogation, he spilled everything. The wildest details that had most people calling him crazy at the time. But here's where it gets really interesting. During Diddy's recent trial, Jonathan Audi's name came up again, and it was confirmed that he was indeed one of the male escorts Diddy had paid to participate in freak-off sessions with Cassie. This meant that everything he claimed on that interrogation tape was, in fact, true. And yes, that included some of the shocking gay allegations he made about DJ Khaled as well. According to sources, these sessions weren't just wild, they were extreme. Allegedly, the escorts even performed acts that would make most people gasp, including urinating on Cassie during some of the encounters.
Okay, all the dope on private jets. Okay, they move what's called high-grade powdered MDMA. They move, and they move liquid in the bottles too. I've seen the liquid cocaine. I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. All right, he calls it G-Jit, but it's liquid cocaine. All right.
The confirmation of these claims has fans and insiders re-examining everything, questioning what really goes on behind the glossy music industry facade, and adding even more fire to the already explosive rumors swirling around Jay-Z, Diddy, and Khaled. And remember how we talked earlier about the rumors claiming Beyonce is secretly a lesbian and that her marriage to Jay-Z might be a lavender marriage? Well, you can thank Jaguar Wright for helping those whispers spread, because she didn't hold back when she came out and threw shade at Bey. But it didn't stop there. Nicki Minaj recently decided to drag this old tea back into the spotlight, taking aim at Jay-Z and seemingly accusing him of being gay. Mind you, Jay hasn't even mentioned her name for years, but Nicki always seems to have his name on her lips, claiming that he's been scheming behind the scenes to sabotage her career. Things really escalated recently when Nicki got into a public spat with Cardi B. As the two of them were exchanging shade, Jay-Z and Roc Nation president Desiree Perez somehow got dragged into the drama. Nicki went on a wild Twitter spree, typing out, "A BCDE EFG surgery to look like me. Tell the rat and tell Jay-Z Rico fraud and perjury." Honestly, it's hard to wrap your head around a 42-year-old mother tweeting like this. But baby, it's Nicki Minaj, so nothing about her antics is ever shocking. At this point, it almost seems like she has a personal kink for embarrassing herself in public. But she didn't stop there. In a follow-up tweet, she doubled down, accusing Jay-Z of messing with Beyonce's wig collection whenever she's not home. People online were quick to connect the dots, believing Nicki was trying to use these gay allegations to throw more shade at Jay. She tweeted, "Jay-Z, take off that lace front," sending fans into a frenzy. Nicki has dragged Jay through plenty of allegations over the years, but this combination of lace front digs and insinuations about his sexuality is definitely a new level of drama. At this point, some are saying Jay might actually have to step up and address it. Because first it was Rihanna's ex-publicist spilling secrets, and now it's Nicki Minaj keeping the rumors alive and the internet buzzing. The rumors are definitely starting to blow up, and knowing Nicki Minaj, she's probably going to bring this all up again the next time she goes on one of her wild rants. And, as always, the internet has been buzzing with opinions. One person chimed in saying, 50 Cent said, "Why would he want to replicate Basat? a man who lived a different lifestyle. After 50 said that, I was like, yeah, makes sense. Another fan added, I think it's true. I was hearing stories that Jay-Z was dating a basketball player back when he first got big in the industry with his first album, saying he was living with him in a long-term relationship. Now, the ball's in your court, fam. What do you think about Nicki Minaj hinting that Jay-Z might be gay? And do you actually believe that his marriage to Beyonce could be a beard arrangement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. And hey, if you're craving more messy, juicy celebrity drama, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click right here to watch our other wild video breaking down even more behind-the-scenes scandals.